After years of criticizing the community for failing to protect nature and wildlife, organizations such as Kenyan Kids on Safari are on the move to bring a change. They have enrolled children from various local community schools as ambassadors of conservation, and their main role is protecting wildlife and educating the community on environment conservation. Now, having left the safety of their homes, they are touring this adventurous savanna of Masai Mara, and they will venture deep inside to explore what's in their backyard. Located deep in the heart of southern Kenya, it covers an area of 1,510 kilometers square. The Masai Mara Game Reserve is globally known for its exceptional population of lions, leopards, cheetahs, African elephants, common zebras, African Cape buffaloes, and the annual migration of wild beasts to and from the Serengeti in Tanzania. It is named in honor of the Maasai people, the ancestral inhabitants of this area. Despite education and Western cultural influence, the Maasai people have strongly clung to their traditional way of life, making them a symbol of Kenyan culture. However, the Kenyan Kids on Safari initiative has targeted young kids from various schools bordering the Masai Mara Game Reserve with an intention of raising a generation that values wildlife in their backyard. At the Sarova Mara Game Camp, the enrolled kids are trained under this program to be ambassadors of conservation in the society. First, the kids play and dance together, assisted by a professional. After the workout, they learn how to set up and set down a tent before proceeding to their next training. On their second stage of preparation, the kids are engaged on another mission.
Nilikuwa nimepiga picha ya landscape, nataka portrait. Lakini sitaki kutoa kamera. Tasimamisha aje? Sawa.
Led by Mr. Stephen, the program's trainer, they are on a mission to learn how digital cameras work. Despite it being their first encounter with such equipment, the kids are eager to know how this gadget is operated. Not only does he demonstrate to them the key things to consider in filming, but also guides them on framing images and composing good shots. The kids pay close attention to their instructor. They are willing and eager to learn as much as they can learn within a short time, as this exercise is just but a preparation. This is because they will be required to record videos of animals during their game drive.
Mtu akiona mnyama, the spotters will be saying what? What will they be saying? Mora.
Mr. Marcos, a senior from Sarova Mara Camp, briefs the ambassadors on how they are expected to react when they spot an animal.
So you are leopards and you are cheetahs. Never forget your name.
He has categorized the kids into two groups, the spotters and the shooters.
Very good.
After briefing them, it is time to board the tour cars and get ready for the long-awaited game drive.
Thank you. These are the kids.
Wonderful.
Accompanied by Mr. Todd Cromwell, the Kenyan Kids on Safari founder, the ambassadors live for the game drive.
Everyone has a wristband.
Everyone has a what?
Wristband.
Wrist, yeah.
Mr. Todd began this initiative with an aim of raising a generation that values wildlife. With a game drive experience, the kids will look at the animals with an eye of a tourist. This will help them change their perspective on wildlife from now henceforth.
Which team is this?
Kenyan Kids on Safari.
And where are we?
We are Masai Mara Game Reserve.
And what's our motto?
Conservation of wildlife and the opportunities that create.
Out in the sun we drove, and the kids could spot different animals grazing around the way.
Those are common zebra.
The Masai Mara Game Reserve is globally known for its large population of common zebras, among other animals.
Here in Masai Mara tuko na common zebra peke yake. Na hizi common zebra ukiziangalia hivi.
Common zebras generally live in treeless grassland and savanna woodlands, making the Masai Mara their perfect habitats. The tour went on, and in a few minutes the ambassador spotted another animal lying on top of a sausage tree. It is an African leopard, a member of the Big Five family. Previously, the kids saw leopards among other predators of the wild as killers of their livestock. But after being enrolled in the Kenyan Kids on Safari program, they get opportunities to visit and appreciate wildlife together with the tourists. This has changed their mentality positively, and now they understand the importance of having such animals in their backyard.
Which animal did you just see?
Leopard.
Is it a leopard?
Yeah.
I thought it was a cat.
No.
Like a small cat that I have in my house.
No.
It's a leopard?
Yeah.
How did you know it was a leopard?
Because it's a big and it's a wild animal.
It's a big and it's a wild animal.
Yeah.
So is it among the big five that you talked
Yes.
At the next stop, the kids came across other members of the Big Five family, the African buffaloes, also known as the Cape buffaloes.
Beautiful buffalo, one of the big five.
With horns shaped like a hat, the African buffaloes grow big and strong and lives in large numbers. However, even with their great defense capabilities, the African buffaloes have remained vulnerable to the lions of Masai Mara. In the past years, lions too have been known to the pastoralists as potential livestock predators. But through the opportunities given by the Kenyan Kids on Safari program, the future of wildlife is brighter, since the kids have realized the importance of wildlife conservation and its benefits. Lions are powerfully built cats. They have well-muscled bodies, short legs and a large head, with the full-grown male weighing approximately 200 kilograms.
The beauty of Masai Mara, the eighth wonder of the world.
As one vehicle stopped by to wait for other vehicles behind, other animals could be noticed at a distance. From this point, it was difficult to see well, and so the convoy went closer. It was a group of the Maasai giraffes. The Maasai giraffe is also known as the Kilimanjaro giraffe, which is the largest subspecies of giraffes.
Ule ni mnyama mgani?
on their bodies, they contain distinctive, irregular, star-like blotches which extend to their hooves. The tour continued. The kids had a lot to see. Not only does the Kenyan Kids on Safari program offer an opportunity to see the wildlife only, but also opens career opportunities in wildlife and conservancy-related fields. We drove towards the horizon with the hopes of finding the common ostrich. The kids were so eager, being their first time to see the largest flightless bird.
Have you ever seen an ostrich before? You have never seen an ostrich before? What's the difference between an ostrich and a chicken?
On land, the common ostrich can sprint up to the maximum speed of 70 kilometers per hour. When adult common ostrich feel threatened, they hide themselves by lying against the ground or run away. If conquered, they can attack by kicking with their powerful legs. There are many other species of birds of Masai Mara, like the grey-crowned crane, which is the national bird of Uganda, the Kori bustard, which is the largest flying bird native to Africa, and many others. We finally found the largest land mammal, the African elephant. Weighing up to 6,000 kilograms, the African elephant can grow up to 7 meters long and 3 meters high at the shoulder. They use their trunk for communication, handling objects and feeding. They have two opposing extensions at the end of their trunk which act like fingers. This creature is amazing. Its large ears are shaped much like the continent of Africa itself. The large surface area of their ears helps to keep them cool in the blazing sun. The African elephants are friendly to the other herbivorous animals. Much of their times, they graze together with common zebras, the common elands, as well as other smaller gazelles.
Which animal is that?
The common eland is also known as the southern eland or the eland antelope. An adult male is around 1.6 meters at the shoulders and can weigh more than 500 kilograms.
Kenyan Kids on Safari.
And where are we?
Masai Mara Game Reserve.
How are you feeling today?
With the kids busy with their cameras, there was a cheetah on a nearby bush, hiding from the hot blazing sun. The cheetah's body is slender and light, making it difficult to hunt large prey like zebras and buffaloes. As a result, it hunts gazelles and other smaller prey. The kids were still learning,
Which benefit?
Yes.
curious about the benefits of being a game driver.
I will make sure that I will show my guests the animals. So if they become happy, they will give me a tip.
The kids felt motivated, and they too had an honest comment.
What do you like about Sarova?
Food.
The food.
Because I like Sarova because I see many people are cooperating there and I see people are just doing many business there. So I like one day, one time I will be one of them to work in Sarova.
The kids had a breathtaking experience in the preserved savannas of Masai Mara. They even discovered that wildlife in their backyard attracts visitors from all over the world and makes it here by aircraft means too. This is the Mara Serena Airport. It lies approximately 225 kilometers southwest of Nairobi International Airport, which is the largest civilian airport in Kenya. The sun was almost touching the horizon. The game drive was coming to an end. The sunlight was slowly dimming, making it difficult to film and shoot photos. It was time for the beasts of the wild to go hunting. The kids had a great day. They all understood their purpose as conservationists and the key part that wildlife plays in our society. Back in the Sarova Mara camp, visitors from abroad shared their stories with the kids regarding animals living in their backyard.
This is an initiative to help these children see wildlife from a different perspective. For many years as they live in the village, their perspective of what wildlife is different. They look at the animals sometimes as a source of distraction and upsetting their lifestyle. For them to come in where the tourists come, take a swim in the pool, they have a meal in the hotel, they go for a game drive, and now experience the wildlife from a different perspective. The idea here is to make them aware that there's a benefit of conserving the animals through the eyes of a tourist, and possibly some of them to join in and create careers out of conservation. I remember as a small young boy, I think I was in Form 2. So when I had done my primary school, is when for the first time I saw a beach hotel. I went for a game drive in a park called Tsavo National Park. And when I was out there, I said, my God, when I grow up, I would want a career in hotel and tourism.
In another conversation with James from London, he shared his experience with the kids.
My name is James, and this is Janine, and we are from London. And I spent a lot of time traveling around, going to visit and see different places. But one of the most special places for Janine and I is our time we've spent in Africa.
The most special.
Yeah, the most special, certainly for Janine. We first came to Africa, or I first came to Africa, maybe 3 years ago. And I had maybe 4 weeks, and I traveled through South Africa to Botswana and Zambia. On a safari in a small group with 7 of us. Now, since coming here, we can see a lot of difference in Kenya and somewhere like Mozambique. For us, Mozambique, there was very little in terms of natural scenery for us to see, for us to experience. We spent most of our time on the beach where we could see the ocean and see the waves. But we didn't see really many animals at all. We didn't see much natural habitat. Lots of people, but no animals and no people interacting with nature in the same way that you see is so clear somewhere like this. So for us, coming to Kenya and coming to the Masai Mara is a very new experience, a very unique experience for us. To meet people that spend their life growing up with nature, their whole families have such a strong connection with nature and with the animals. And that is why I think a lot of people from England and from countries like ours come to somewhere like this. Because we want to see the interaction between the people and the land and the people and the animals. So for us that's very special because we have very little connection to the land around us where we live.
The ambassadors learned that wildlife in their backyard do not suffer harsh climatic conditions like hot summers or cold winters.
Your country is a beautiful country. It's striking. And things like that. That's so cold. The cows for the winter, for many months, 4 months, must go inside the barn and live in the barn so they don't get too cold.
They feed them. They grow, they have big fields that they grow hay, grass, they cut it, they store it, and they feed them in the wintertime.
A lot of countries who have adopted ecotourism are doing very well, both for the local people and also for world travelers. I also had the seed planted in me when I was young, and that's why I'm here today, because I want to see different animals.
Excellent.
And it's a good tourism because we come here, we spend money, it provides local jobs, and the only thing we take is pictures. And then we go
and
back
you leave the animal there.
So very sustainable
Wonderful.
tourism, it's the way to go. So you have to protect the animals in order for me to come here to see them.
I don't know how to dance that well.
You came from where?
North Carolina in the United States.
Which animal are in your backyard?
In my backyard?
Where
are you? We have squirrels, we have possum, we have raccoons, we have foxes, we have cougars, we have bears, brown bears, black bears.
Where do you come from? Which is your favorite animal?
I have two favorite animals. Is that okay?
Yeah. And you?
I come from the United States. And then the cheetah.
I come from the United States.
Why do you love for those animals?
Well, I like the elephant because it remembers many things and it mourns the dead. It cries tears. And it's big and strong and powerful. I really like the cheetah because it's the fastest animal on earth. And it's spotted. And it has a tail that goes like this.
We have a beautiful country too. It's very different. We don't have animals like you have. Your animals are magnificent. I think you're very proud. You're very welcoming. Probably more so than some places in our country.
I think I'm the oldest one here. I am 89. And I'm still traveling to see the world, and Kenya is beautiful.
Maybe I should tell you more about where we live. So we live in London. We live in the city. So lots of buildings, lots of cars, lots of people, but very little animals. And something that I know Janine finds very special is animals. Janine loves animals more than anyone I know. So for her, it's a dream to come somewhere like this and see such an incredible variety.
I always ask young children, what's the most important thing in their life? And I wonder if they all realize what the most important thing they have today. Is anyone ask the question, or do they realize what the most important thing is to them today?
The most important thing in my life is education.
So although education is very important, survival is the basic unit. And you must build up from there.
Before ending the session, the kids too had an opportunity to ask questions.
If you were given an opportunity to live in Masai Mara, what kind of environment would you like to live in?
Well,
That's a good question.
Yeah, it's a totally different environment. We're from Canada. We have lots of snow.
Minus 40 Celsius.
We have many animals, but not a concentration like here. We're used to living in our country, so for us, that's home. And if you get a chance to travel when you're older, you can see all the different areas and different animals in the world. So get that education.
I have a phone full of pictures of your beautiful animals.
Thanks to the Kenyan Kids on Safaris organization, that an experience such as this has been made possible.
The pictures, they want to come visit, and the friendly people.
The program restores hope in the fight on wildlife conservation.
You're leaders in your country.
Leaders, yeah.
That's right. You are leaders.
During the following day, the kids had another experience of the day. With an aim of learning how different things are grown, the team visited the Sarova Mara Hotel garden within the hotel compound. The agricultural tour enlightens the kids on how they can use the ground for their benefits. For years, the Maasai people have been practicing pastoralism as a way of life. However, the program encourages the kids to practice agriculture in their community as a way of guaranteeing food security. Mr. Amos, the hotel gardener, explained to the team in details about the nature in which various plants grow and how they yield. He also talked about the beneficial factors of agriculture in the society, like adding nutritional values to our bodies and serving as an economic activity. The kids have acquired important lessons in their life. They are expected to take with them the knowledge they gathered in the Kenyan Kids on Safari program and use it to impact the society positively.
I would like to thank Mr. Top for bringing us to Sarova and taking us to game ride. I have learned more about this. I would like, when I go home, I will tell about importance. When I grow up, I would like to be an engineer.
When I grow up, I would like to be a teacher so that I will teach small kids about the importance of the wildlife, so that when they grow up, they will know how to conserve the wildlife and even the trees. Thank you.
All these animals, I don't really talk about animals, plant, that is vegetation. All these are looking to us. So we need to take care of them, and I believe that this will run to the many generations that will come. So Mr. Todd, this is very important. And very important to this community, and we really appreciate. That is on behalf of the Maasai and on behalf of young schools. We really say thank you. Donna Steve, that is good, and thank you for taking your time to teach these kids how they will take care of this environment and our animal in future. Thank you so much, and may God keep you safe.
I assure you, Mr. Todd, through this program, our relationship, Sarova and the community within, we have become one family.
You have heard. It is the desire of Mr. Todd, our manager too. They desire to instill that knowledge to we, the growing children, the future of this conservation and the industry in general, isn't it? It's a nice thing. Thank you.
The training was over and the kids had an amazing experience in the program. They will be required to put into practice the lessons they learned and act accordingly, as the future of wildlife in their backyard is dependent on them.